Welcome. Hey, Instagram. Hey, Facebook.
Hi, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. This is what?
Our Friday Q&A.
That's right.
We're happy to have you here once again. We did our Q&A yesterday, so we do have a couple leftover questions that we didn't quite get to from yesterday, so we will get those answered as well.
But yesterday's Q&A was for the Spoiled Rotten, okay? And if you haven't seen Spoiled Rotten, please go and take a look on Facebook or YouTube and take a look at what I call the average all-American meat and potato couple, okay? All right?
It's amazing. You guys will love it. Really funny.
All right. Okay.
All right. Should we get to it?
Yeah, and just before we get to it, too, for those who may not stay the whole time, just know this, that our Q&A will not happen Monday because it's a holiday, but it will happen on Tuesday at 11 a.m., correct?
You got it.
So 11 a.m. on Tuesday, we will be doing the Q&A. So put your questions in on the one-a-days that I do throughout the weekend, and I promise that we will be coming back at you then. And if we have too many questions come in, not too many, you never have too many, but if we have too many to do today, we'll be doing a Q&A on Saturday, okay? All right, so let's do this.
All right, let's get to it. So first question is from Sherry, and she asks, how to get rid of BV, which is bacterial vaginosis. We did talk about this on yesterday's Q&A a little bit.
Yeah.
So things that you can do for that are of course, we want to focus on cleansing the large intestine because that is where it's coming from. It's leaking into your pelvic region. The waste in your large intestine's been sitting there for a while. Sometimes we're not getting full elimination.
So proper plumbing goes to cesspool. And if you've ever seen a cesspool on a pig farm, I have because I lived on one. And you will know that it's rank and it smells. And let me ask you a question. How could you have any type of putrefaction or inflammation in anything or anywhere in the body unless you have infection leaking into the body? It's all really quite logical. But when you have disinformation always coming at you, okay, because you know what, and please don't get me wrong, but you know, society's main healthcare says, look over here, it's over here, right? And we're never looking where it really is. Okay. Yeah.
So first things first, we need to clean our large intestine, get that plumbing working properly. That's the first step. And then we can do some additional therapies where we do colloidal silver, the fulvic nano drops.
Colloidal silver gel.
Yeah. The fulvic eye drops, and then you can mix a couple drops of the frankincense essential oil in there. So you just mix it in with in a little cup. Mix it together. Don't use a metal utensil when you're mixing it together because you don't want to use metal with silver. So just use like plastic or wood.
Yeah, and you might start off with like this colloidal silver gel, okay, which is called our silver bullet gel, and then with the nano fulvic eye drops, and you might just start off with maybe 10 drops to the silver, and then you might just start off with just 1 drop of frankincense or true essence.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. We have people that have reported back to us because we tell them to do what they feel comfortable with. And we have people reporting back to us that will tell us they do 20 drops of actually even the true essence or the frankincense. Yeah. And they've done it 3 or 4 times a day. And they didn't feel anything, but what they did feel was a bladder infection they had for years, vaginitis that they've had for years, a smelly odor that was not that pleasant that they've had for years. And that was gone within 8 hours to 24 hours. I'm not exaggerating this, okay? Understand something. Nature has a quick, easy, effective, inexpensive solution to get rid of any type of pollution. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you can be doing that. And then in that solution, you would get a syringe from a pharmacy without the needle, just the syringe, and then you suck it up, and it holds about 2 milliliters of the liquid, and then you would insert it vaginally, and then you would elevate your bum on like with a pillow underneath or your legs up on the wall.
Maybe about 2 or 3 pillows. Like you're talking about 20 inches, and then make yourself comfortable, okay? But your buttocks is here and your head is lower.
Yeah.
Okay, and then do it when you're in a peaceful situation, and then if you're bun on the run, then just wear a pad. Okay, after that. But I will tell you something. Nothing beats this. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and even sometimes I'll elevate, when I do it, I'll elevate my legs like up against the wall, so it like everything's slowing down. And then you could also sometimes, like, you could put a tampon in afterwards when you're doing the insertions. And this isn't just for bacterial vaginosis. This is for anything. This is going to restore your vagina.
And guess what else it does? It actually restores the mucoid lining in the vagina. It also gets rid of the thickening that can develop in the vagina as well. And also it helps to actually bring back moisture to a dry situation.
Yeah, and really amazing for women going through menopause as well, because you're not shedding the lining of your uterus anymore, so you're not getting rid of those toxins. So this will help shed all of those, all of that you're not shedding anymore after your period ends.
And I've experienced this.
Yeah.
Personally.
I am
through
woman
other
by
women. Through other women.
I was going to say, I Am Woman by Dr. Darrell Wolfe.
No,
Stay tuned for that.
Through other women, I have experienced this.
Yes.
So that's and understand something. The longer the inflammation, the more scar tissue and calcium, displaced calcium you have down there. Find yourself a Wolfe Non-Surgical therapist and just go for one treatment, and then call me and tell me what you think. It's going to blow your mind. How would you like to feel not that pulling and that lockdown tightness, or like there's something in here just going, you know, you can get rid of that.
Yeah.
Everything is about circulation. So pull that scar tissue apart that's bound up. Okay, these invisible bonds, right? And let's get rid of that the calcium that's down there, because the calcium got pulled down there to reduce the fire.
Yeah. And another really, I lost my train of thought there. It was a good one too. But that's okay. I'll get back to it.
It'll come back.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
Short-term memory still not there yet.
Yeah, but you didn't tell them how crazy it's been this morning. So.
It has been, but that's okay. So next question.
Yeah.
Move on. All right. So from Michelle, I make and use your detox tea, but at the end of tea, it's kind of thick. Is that okay?
Well, I mean, but that depends. I mean, if you're making the tea and you're a single person and you're not drinking it with your husband or boyfriend or your children, then why don't you just do one bag and make 2 quarts and then put one in the freezer in a plastic jug and freeze that. It'll be fine, trust me. And then put the other jug in the fridge and keep it fresh. It is a food. So that may help you out, okay? And if you have a structure unit, always structure your water. It'll stay fresher longer, okay? And that's what I would do. What do you think?
I always add a little bit of lemon essential oil to mine as well, so that helps to keep it fresher, and it tastes really good.
We have a product called Lemon Lift. Yeah. I think you'll really like it.
It's beautiful. You'll love it. Thank you for your question. Next one is from Alice.
Or cinnamon. Some people add cinnamon, the super cinnamon to the, or they add orange burst.
I've done the orange as well. It's nice as well.
It depends what you like, you know.
Yeah.
Potato,
tomato.
See a tomato. Okay.
Okay. Next question from Alice. How to treat adult acne? It usually happens a week before the menstruation.
Well, you know why, don't you? Because you're already okay, and when I say this, I mean this in a really nice way. Mm-hmm. You're already really fungusy down here, like lots of fungus, okay? And when before menstruation, you know, your body's really working, getting ready to draw the poisons and chemicals from your body to make sure that if you ever get pregnant, that the baby is as healthy as it can be. So between utilizing that energy hormonally and the toxins starting to move down to be eliminated, the vibration comes down here. So you really, if you were to up I bet you get more constipated. You either get more constipated or you have diarrhea during your period. Well, and that's because there's trouble in River City.
What happens a lot is we get constipated like the week before our period, and then when our period comes,
not anymore. You don't.
It's like more diarrhea. That's like the majority of women. That's what they'll experience.
And diarrhea is a safety valve for you are in big trouble downstairs, and we're going to take water from other parts of the body, and we're just going to blow this out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll totally be open right now with like personal experience. Like I'm here to help you guys. So
okay, I'll close my eyes.
No, I was on a lot of antibiotics growing up. I was on birth control, and I used to get a lot of bladder infections, and they would put me on antibiotics for the bladder infections, which would cause a yeast infection. And so I went through this for a lot of years, and horrible. And my face was so bad right here. And if you look at your jaw fits like right where your pelvis is. So it's directly connected. And this is where you'll get that hormonal acne, menstrual acne, we'll call it. And you'll ovulate on whichever side you're ovulating from with either ovary, whichever's dropping the egg, you're going to get a breakout on the same side of your face. So it's very connected, but this can all be fixed. I hardly get any breakouts anymore with my periods, and it's all diet. Cut out the gluten, cut out the sugar, cut out the dairy, cut out the alcohol. The animal proteins are all causing that putrefaction and the fungus to build up in that region. So when you change your diet, it's going to change your skin, it's going to change your menstrual cycle. You're not going to have painful periods anymore. You're not going to have as bad of PMS symptoms.
And when you start getting emotional, stay connected to your breathing, okay? And understand something. When this all starts to happen, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go like this and then smell it. And you'll see that you'll have bad breath during this time. All right?
Yeah. And another thing too, for topical use, you could mix silver bullet gel with tea tree oil, and that will help to kill the fungus on the face. You can also do the suppositories vaginally that we talked about for the bacterial vaginosis to help get rid of any of the fungus down below as well.
And understand light skin brushing regularly, and doing the Epsom salt glow, which you'll find in the Perfect Day, and also you'll find it in the Healthy to 100 book. And if you want a copy of that, you can just call our office. We'll send it out free. Okay?
Yeah. And if you have other questions, you can always call in for a consultation. We can really put together a Perfect Day protocol for you to master this and to not struggle with your menstrual cycle or your skin anymore.
And understand something. We're going to deliver to you at the most reasonable price ever, the Perfect Day. And again, if you're not satisfied with our consultation, just call and get a money back. You know, that's fine. It's on the house. So, but the reality is that as soon as you create the perfect day, meaning that you're the goddess of your day from the minute you wake up until you lay that beautiful head on a pillow, you own. And if you can get that and master that, then you will have what you want. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you for your question. Next one is from Iris. Where do I find your products? You can go to store.docofdetox.com, or if you even go to docofdetox.com, there will be a shop button in the navigation bar. And next one is from Joanne, and she asks, doesn't anxiety come from the adrenal glands? If so, what supplements would you take?
Anxiety does not come from, I'll let you do this.
Sure.
But anxiety does not come from the adrenal glands. What comes from the adrenal glands is adrenaline. And if you keep it up, then we start dumping cortisol. And where that comes from is you terrorizing yourself on a subconscious, unconscious level. God love you anyway. But this is the program that you got from different systems and your mother and father or people that have been around you for a long time. Think about it. Think about what your mom and dad were like. Think about the way you are throughout your day. You know, if you're a mother. Hurry up, kids. Let's get in the car. Come on, come on, come on. Mommy, where are we going? I don't know. Just get in the car. So, you know, and understand something. What can you alleviate in the day that really doesn't need to get done? And how many things do you do that you could hack? Start saying to yourself, as a woman, and men out there too, but women, really, because you've got more of a burden than men do. And that's part of the sucker punch. But you need to ask yourself how you can hack different areas of your life, okay? So I need to say, how can I become more efficient here? Okay, could my son be doing that for himself? No, I don't want him to do that for himself because I need his love, and I want him to know he's loved. Well, if you really love him or your kids, make sure that they're doing for themselves what they can do, okay? And if you really love yourself, you would be doing that. Everything is going to come back to that. Abby, you want to take it away?
Yeah, well, I actually can relate to what you just said because my mom would do everything for me growing up because she wanted to always have somebody to take care of. So that was like a big learning curve for us in our relationship. But yeah, it's really important that you let your kids do things for themselves because then they don't know if they're capable or not of doing those things in their adult life.
Well, first of all, as soon as they can walk and talk, they should be doing anything that they can do for themselves because at that point, they don't know what failure is, and they don't mind falling down 100 times. Whereas with you, if you don't get something right the first time, even though you've never done it before, or if you've done it before, you kick the living crap out of yourself, and that's what society's done to you. So understand, like I've said before, I can make a mistake at something I thought I perfected, and I won't give it a thought. It'll be just 3, 2, 1, I got this. You know what? I'm not going to beat myself up for anybody's dysfunctional beliefs, whether it was my mother and father's, God love them, or especially for society or my government or anybody else out there, any of you other people that think that things need to be done this way. Understand something. I don't live by any government rules. I don't live by any rules at all. I live by one rule. I will love, honor, respect myself totally. And everything that comes from that, why would I drive down the road speeding? Well, I wouldn't do that because I love myself. Why would I want to hurt myself? Why would I want to hurt my neighbor? So I don't need the government rules. I don't need my old parents' rules. I don't need religion's rules. Okay, so understand something. I don't bend rules, and I don't break them. I don't want them. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So she says, I take DHEA and it helps for a supplement. I've never taken it myself.
It will
I've
because it's calming down the nervous system. It's helping to repair the myelin sheath. Mm-hmm. It's not my go-to. I'd be doing the Divine Vine. Yeah. And I would also doing the Ocean Essentials. But the first thing is why don't you just turn the burner down? Why are you always on boil? Okay? Think about that. Get that little mini you here and just watch your reactions on what are you thinking during the day, and how do you react to your husband? How do you react to your children? How do you react to society? You know what? Stay connected to your breath and mind your own business. Mm-hmm. That would be about loving and respecting and honoring that beautiful body of yours and seeing how you can find peace.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing too. That's the root of it, right? So when we get down to the root of it, we don't need to take supplements to correct what's causing it. So take a look at the Braveheart and really work on the 12 loving steps. That's going to be your best friend, and really focusing on your breathing.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get rid of anxiety. And of course, even the baking soda miracle, a level teaspoon of baking soda.
Yeah, you can feel anxiety and take a level teaspoon of baking soda with about a 8 ounce, 10 ounce glass of water. And that's going to buffer things down. Mm-hmm. You'll just go, oh.
Because just think about how much acidity that adrenaline is causing and that cortisol that you're releasing from the stress and the anxiety. So that your acidity level is high. So that baking soda is just going to bring it back down to an alkaline state.
Welcome to a pinball life where the emotional dysfunction bounces off the physical dysfunction, and the physical dysfunction goes back to the emotional, and it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Please, slow down, give yourself a hug. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for your question. Next one is from Sheila, and she asks, I need help with fibroids and polyps.
Well, understand something. A polyp is a wart. A polyp is a wart. And that wart, okay, you might want to call it a mushroom. But guess what? Did you ever notice where mushrooms grow the best? In a dark, moist place with lots of manure. But it's got to be stagnant manure. So you can actually just take the manure and mushrooms grow great through that, right? Especially magic mushrooms. Anyways, so that's what I'm told. So anyways, all I'm trying to say is that you've got stagnant waste inside your large intestine. And that stagnant waste is creating an environment that would grow a wart. And so when they go in there and cut off that polyp, I hope you know it's bleeding. I hope you know it just opened up to the infection that caused the actual polyp to grow. That infection is now in your bloodstream. Wow, pretty goofy. You give me somebody that has 100 polyps, and I'll give you somebody in 3 months that has no polyps, and the polyps have actually disappeared. If you can create them, you can take them away. Environment is everything. Like Bruce Lipton did, is he took 6 petri dishes and he put different types of environments, and he put the same virus in all of them, and then what he did was the different environments mutated them into different viruses. So, and there's good viruses and bad viruses, good bacteria, bad bacteria, good yeast, bad fungus. You know what I mean? There's good people and people that are, people aren't bad, but their beliefs are. Good beliefs, bad beliefs. But the reality is that the environment that you created these warts, okay? And if you want to get rid of them, it would be the daily cleansing tea, okay, right off the bat. And it would be also
love.
doing tummy love. And it would also be going, you know what? I'm going to have more than a 4-inch consciousness and keep putting wine in my mouth every night and sugar in my mouth and refined carbohydrates and putting the wrong oils in. The wrong oils can really mess up the liver,
big time.
and viruses really get a good foothold from the liver and the colon. That's the place right there. So, you know, if you were, there's a good start for you. And again, we're back to the perfect day, because understand something. If you've got warts in your liver, in your colon, you've got warts in your liver. Okay? So understand that. And you've been backing up so much into your bloodstream. You know, none of this has to happen, okay? And if you're going to go to the medical system, they're going to say, look, if we can't give you a drug or do surgery, we're not doing anything else. So that's all you're going to get. So, you know, when people come to me really pissed off because of their doctor, I go, what are you doing? He's doing his job. You know, you opt for that health care.
Yeah.
So, you know, stop getting angry at them. If you want surgery and drugs, you go to a medical doctor. If you want true permanent health, then you embrace nature and embrace your creative ability on an emotional level.
Would you recommend coffee enemas for polyps?
Definitely, because you got to bring down the inflammation in the liver. I guarantee you, if she's got polyps, that she's got a bit of a fatty liver, and it's also cirrhosing scar tissue in it. It's a definite.
Yeah, and with fibroids and polyps, definitely finding a Wolfe deep tissue therapist,
Well,
a non-surgical therapist would be the best thing for you, because we need to get in there and get rid of the scar tissue, crystallization and calcification. That's the first step, because we want to get rid of those physical blocks so that the energy is flowing properly.
And how in the heck did you get a big ball of scar tissue in your groin? Okay, it's not like somebody every morning is giving you a kick with a boot. Okay, but you are booting yourself emotionally, and you're not looking after yourself, and that is on a subconscious level. God love you. But the reality is, to grow a big ball of scar tissue in your groin, do you know what kind of inflammation and fire you got down here? Your ovaries are screaming. How's your breasts? You better feel those too, because they're going to be getting into trouble, because the breasts are the ding-dong bells that go off when the root chakra, which is your pelvis, becomes a web of destruction. I'm telling you right now, in this situation, you better find a master trainer that does our work. Well, you don't have to, but if you do, I guarantee you, you're going to turn this around. Once you've got fibroids, you've got them for life. Once you've got fibroids, there's no other system out there except our system that can take a fibroid the size of a baseball, this big, or a small cantaloupe, and get rid of it. And what we do by lovingly pulling this apart and showing you how to do certain things, internal therapies, okay, that we don't discuss online, okay? And the other thing is other therapies that you can do that will help to activate the stem cells and autophagy to go in and eat those fibroid up so fast it'll make your head spin. And we're not going to do this online. And why don't we? We give everything to people, but we don't want people doing things wrong. And that's all I need. You know what? What we're doing right now is risky sometimes. You know why it's risky? Because other practitioners and other people don't like us giving away so much empowering information. So we will go as far as we can without anybody trying to see if they can give us this. Okay? So understand, if you want to create the perfect day, then get Abby or get Sarah to do it. And if you're in big time trouble, you call me, and I'm going to take responsibility to be your guide. To be your guide, not to heal you. You'll heal yourself. And if you're not totally happy, just call the office. You don't have to call me, and just say, hey, I had a consultation at this point, and guess what? I am not happy with it. And you know what? We know that there will be people out there that will never be happy with anything they get, because they cannot love themselves enough to follow through on what we ask them to do. And God love you. And you know what? We won't want you to stress yourself or hate anybody or create more hate in your life. So we're going to give you your money back, because we understand the mind, and the mind can be a landmine that creates landmines in your pelvis and your breasts and everywhere else, girls.
Perfect.
Well, I don't know if it's perfect, but it's life.
What you said.
Welcome to life.
Perfectly said.
All
Yeah.
right.
Give us a call if you have any other questions, or if you want to find a therapist in your area. We do have therapists all throughout North America, Australia, and in the UK.
And understand, our consultations are done on FaceTime. Skype, okay? And understand something. I'll be on the phone with you for no more than 3 minutes. And what will I know about them, Abby?
Everything.
Yeah, because I'm into frequency and vibration, and it's not voodoo. It's called, we came here as spirit, we're going to leave as spirit. And as soon as you embrace your spirit, you will be healed. So I'm embracing your spirit before you embrace your spirit. So I'm tuned in to what's going on with you.
It's incredible. I was like shocked the first time I heard a consultation. I was like, wow, how did you just figure that all out about that person with the first 30 seconds? It's amazing. I do see a live question on Instagram, so I just need, it's a little far away.
Well, you can go.
Hi, what can I do for GI problems? Thank you for everything.
Well, that stands for gastrointestinal. And I will tell you this. First, you've got to understand how you cause them, okay? So you do need to understand that everything starts off emotional. And I know everybody gets tired of this, but you're going to get it eventually. And you should go watch the domino effect of unhealthy living, and you'll find out how the whole thing, I need to know how I got into trouble first, so I don't go there again.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is take a look at the perfect day. And then, you know what, give us a call, all right? But if you can, give us a call on Tuesday, because then our staff is back. We're running short-staffed here today. All right, you wouldn't know it, but we're all like, right?
Yeah, lots of people taking their last little vacation before summer's over, I guess. Yeah. For GI problems, take a look at the perfect day, the daily cleansing tea, and tummy love. Tummy love will really settle a lot of things going on in your tummy. And not just the tummy, it's going to settle the stomach and into the small and large intestine.
And understand, there's not a disease out there that we call diseases, but they're all symptoms. It's just that when they, okay, so here's what we do. They're just symptoms. First it was a burp, and it was a fart. And then you let it go, and now it's a gastrointestinal disorder, and you've got now leaky gut, and it's the same damn symptom. It's the symptom that, honey, I love you so much, and she goes, no, you don't. You don't love me. Don't talk to me. And then it keeps going on and on and on and on. I mean, your body's trying to communicate with you, and you don't understand that you've got to show it love and respect. You have been taught to actually trash your body. That's why you feel so crappy, and you might even look crappy, because you treat yourself like crap, right? People say to me, oh my gosh, you look so good. Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you that I look younger now than I looked 15 years ago. All right? Okay, because I realized that I was enough, and I stopped taking things personal. I didn't need anybody's approval. And you know what? And I really didn't care if anybody saw me stroking myself and loving myself. Up until that point, I did. But I'm damn well going to love myself even in public. I'm going to do it anywhere I care, because the only reason why nobody else approves of it is because, you know what? You're just not used to seeing it. All right.
I see another question on here as well. Hello, I have MS and trigeminal neuralgia. What can I do?
Well, trigeminal neuralgia, why don't you take a look at your TMJ? Now, I'm not here to swear on here, okay? But just understand something. I'm going to leave you a little clue here, and then you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. This is called the FU point. Trigeminal neuralgia is mainly caused because of you not wanting to speak your mind. You getting anger. Oh, you make me so mad. Look at this here, okay? And, and people have to actually buy mouth brace so they don't chew, grind their teeth at night.
Clench their
jaw, or they got to get their jaw back in place. Let me tell you something. We have people that come to us from all over, take it or leave it, and it'll take me about 20 to 25 minutes to fix your trigeminal neuralgia and show you what you're doing wrong. And what it is it's a knot of scar tissue and crystallization that pushes on your nerve. And every time that you get conflicted and you contract here, that pushes on the nerve and drives you through the roof. And if you think it's more than that, sorry, it's not. And if your doctor tells you it is, sorry, it's not. And the reality is he's got the drugs, he's got the surgery, or they got the mouthpieces that are $10,000. So whatever you want to do and whatever drama you need to do, and you know what? Little empty hearts will do a lot. they will go to great degrees. They'll give up organs. They'll give up pieces of themselves. They'll even get implants put in. So what do I need to do to get the attention and love that I've always wanted? But you're not doing it on a conscious level. So understand, you've been programmed to do this. So understand, there's trigeminal neuralgia, and I'm telling you, we can fix it. All right? Okay, next thing what was he at? MS. Okay, MS gets it. Okay, every problem gets its foothold first in the large intestine, second place, the brain. But you may not know this, okay? On a physical level, it's in the large intestine, and then the brain shows it because the nervous system goes out of whack because your good bacteria and your pH is so out of whack that you allow all these invaders to come in and destroy your nervous system. But here's the deal. You actually caused it emotionally first. And it's something you don't even realize you're doing. And don't tell me that MS runs in your family. Parkinson's, that has already been proven a lie. Okay? But guess what? Since you were created by God Almighty, all right, and you were created in the image of God, God created the universe, you can create your universe, which means if you believe that it's genetic and my mommy had it, my daddy had it, I've got the same symptoms. Oh my God, I've got MS symptoms, I've got Parkinson's symptoms, I've got arthritis symptoms, I've got cancer symptoms. If I allow myself to go sideways in any which way. And you can go on the web, and if you want to be neurotic and psychotic, you'll see you have all the symptoms. Now pick the disease you want, focus on it that you might get it, or that you already have it, and you're going to have it. Because when you came down here, you were told, listen, my little creator, when you go down there, there's only one rule. Whatever you focus on the most, whether it's a disease, whether it's healing a disease, creating a disease, like tell me that you don't notice that every cancer patient is totally conflicted with who they are. Like that's not obvious. So understand, I'm not upset. I'm just trying to get through your subconscious and around down into your heart right now and let you know something, that you can cure yourself of anything. And a cure is only day to day. So you need to change your personality, change your reality, and you need to create a perfect day and then do that day every day. Oh my God, I couldn't love myself every day. My God, people will think I've lost it. Well, good. They've lost it. Why don't you find it? Okay. Yeah, so understand, MS, bowels first. And we got problems with your essential fatty acids. And we've got a problem too, because as soon as you get a disease, who do you go to see a lot? Tell me who you go to see.
Doctor.
Okay, so you go to see a doctor. And when's the last time they gave you a good diagnosis on your disease? We're going to be able to help you. We're going to be able to alleviate those symptoms, and we're going to make you comfortable. Meanwhile, the symptoms have more dangerous things that are going on that could go on with you, but you're going to opt into it because I want relief right now. I want relief right now. You know, when you make pain a friend, then you'll end it.
Yeah. If that was me in that situation, I would be on the Megagen 4 or 5 times a day.
Wouldn't you?
I would be doing the fulvic acid nonstop.
I'd be doing ATP plus.
ATP. I'd be doing Divine Vine.
And I would be just doing it back. And you can say, well, they're just selling products to us. Well, guess what? Within about a few days to maybe 3 to 6 weeks, and our program starts working, well, then you know what? Darrell, put your mouth where your money is. So that's it right there. And it will work. The body is the greatest healing device on this planet, where you're dealing with high frequency products and you just turn a switch on and off. I hope you know that you can switch on disease and you can switch it off. Are you at ease? Because when you're at ease, there goes the disease.
Yeah. And structured water. You need the structured
lots
water.
Of it. You say you drink water, you don't drink water. You say you drink water, you don't drink water. You think you drink water. Okay.
And the calcium is the most important thing. But in this state, you'd want to probably jack up your mag infusion or your magnesium intake until you get that displaced calcium back into your bones.
Yeah, the only reason why we need so much magnesium is because we have so much displaced calcium, because that's called cement.
Yeah, because the magnesium regulates the calcium. So we feel like we need to keep taking more and more magnesium because of all the displaced calcium, but really we just need to bring that calcium back into the bones.
Understand
and that's what
something.
the Megagen will do.
Every disease is caused by the same thing, and every disease can be cured by the same thing. That would be the person. So, understand that. Okay, so there's a million different diseases, but they're all just symptoms. And the reason why we give symptoms names, okay, is because then we can build pills. For every pill, for every ill, there's going to be a pill. For every pill, there's going to be a treatment. So when are you going to start treating yourself with love and stop going for treatments? And and that's even ourself. We don't want you if you're continually coming back to us and you don't learn what we know, then we are not helping you. We're not helping you.
Thank you so much for your question. I
There's
do see
more.
some more, so I'm going to keep reading these. You are so right. I've been going through so much emotional trauma for years. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Oh, and thank you so much. I will give a call. Awesome. Next one is, I started my son on the Tummy Love Fulvic Acid Divine Vine last Tuesday. I'm not kidding. He's so chatty. He has language, but the details are obvious. Is this possible? This is from Karen B. Francis.
Okay, I'm going to say this one time. Okay? The most intelligent part of you is your bacteria. Okay? Now, if I wanted to own you, rule you, school you, fool you, what would I do? I would go in and I would give you things that would destroy your good bacteria, which is known as your second brain. And once you disconnect that second brain, which is your gut, from your brain, you will be having MS and Parkinson's, and you will increase and create autism. You will create speech problems. You will create nervous system disorders, sleep problems. Okay, because when your bacteria go bad, go rogue, because you've went in there and you've used drugs to hurt them and damage them, they get pissed off and they're going to create symptoms in you and saying, listen, don't you dare touch us. We're the holy grail of your immune system. And understand this, I don't care who the person is and says, go home, get your stuff together, we can't help you. That's not true. The day that you believe you can help yourself, and you know what? Don't tell me that you have a faith, because unless you totally have faith that you can heal yourself, and that which created the universe has never judged you, then that's the only way you're going to heal. The more that you believe that you are in judgment of that created you, the less chance you're going to heal, or it's not going to be permanent. Let's get 1,000 people to pray for us. You may heal, but who's going to hold that vibration up? I can't hold my wife up, my kids up. I can't hold people up. You're holding yourself down. And you know what? Your arms get exhausted, don't they? Okay, everybody there, just keep your arms up for 20 minutes, see how that feels. Now try to hold up somebody that wants to end their life and they don't know it because they are running a subconscious program that they're just not good enough. And they don't deserve to be healed because why? Because they slept with 20 guys or girls, or because they lied, or they stole, or they went to jail. I don't really care. I don't really care. You know what? Okay, when I was younger, I stole. When I was younger, I sold drugs. Okay, when I was younger, I would get drink and I was abusive. I know all this. And guess what? I totally forgive myself. When I think of the people I did it to, I send them love. And in my heart, I send them that, and I let them know that I love them. Understand something. You're not going to make me feel bad for anything I did. Because guess what? I didn't come down here as some sinner like most people believe. I came down here and I had the living spirit kicked out of me, and that was the game. That's planet Earth. Hey, you want to go down to planet Earth? They're going to kick the spirit out of you. They're going to make you feel like you're a sinner, and that's part of the game. And then you got to rise from that and get your spirit back and understand the whole thing is just a rouge. Gotcha.
All right. Thank you so much for that question. And we have a couple more here. I want you to work on my knees. Call us.
Guess what? I don't know how long your leg is because you might live too far. So the reality is that if we work on your knees, guess what? I make this promise to anyone. If you want to come here and we'll do a Facebook thing, I don't care how bad your knees are. You come back, you want to come, and then you'll come on and you'll go, everybody, this is what's wrong. They say I have to have surgery. Then you come here and we'll treat you for free. Not because we're putting it in people's faces. I just want everybody to know that you were created by God Almighty, so let's act like it. We're going to go in there and pull that scar tissue apart, the crystallization, and then get the calcium, go back where it belongs. And guess what? The tissue that they said that you're rubbing bone on bone, when we get you totally out of pain and you're walking around and within anywhere from 6 months to a year, when your knees never felt better, then tell me you're going to surgery.
Honestly, the knee treatment's one of the best.
Knee, ankle, hip,
it's incredible.
spine.
All of them are.
Well,
we all need it.
Frozen shoulder,
Yeah.
TMJ, trigeminal neuralgia, sinus problems. Oh, I can't hear anymore. Are you kidding me? Whatever you had, whatever's slipping away, let us help you get it back. You are not cursed. You're just subconsciously being programmed.
And speaking of subconsciously programmed, the next question from Honey Rose is, how do you change subconscious beliefs?
First of all, what you do, honey. Oops.
But literally.
That's beautiful.
I love that.
What you do, honey, I just want to keep saying it. Anyways, what you do, honey, is you go to Braveheart, the 12 Loving Steps that's in our library, and watch the video and read the book and start there. And then I want to see you do the 12 loving steps the best that you can, honey. And then what I want, I know.
Awesome.
Then what I want you to do is I want you to come back on, and if you do this for 10 days with all your heart, and then tell me how you feel. And guess what? And your mind's going to go, this is childish. He's such a child. He's putting all these... Well, yeah, I am. I want to release that little girl that totally loved herself and knew that it was okay to play with herself. Okay? So, and I want you to know that you have only one mission, and that is the smile on your face, the breath that connects you to your creator, okay? And that you were meant to create anything that you want, darling. Oh, no, honey.
Be as sweet as honey.
Okay, start there. And then guess what? Then you call the office and tell me if you like it. And if you do, I'll give you Braveheart, the whole course, for free.
She says, LOL. She liked your honey jokes. Okay, we're going to get back to some Facebook questions. So this one is from Iris. What can you do about type 1 diabetes?
Okay, first of all, can I say this? If you have type 1 diabetes, you want to go on and get a Perfect Day protocol. Mm-hmm. End of story. Go read the Perfect Day guide and go to page 37. Take a look at that. And don't think that all those supplements are yours. We just lay out all the supplements and how to take them to help people on a general. And also go look at, again, the 12 loving steps, mm-hmm. right?
Yeah.
And always. Then what I would suggest you do is if you think you want to go further, then get a Perfect Day done. But just understand this. I want everybody to grasp this one. Everyone with type 1 diabetes is a cash cow for the pharmaceutical companies and for the medical system. People aren't bad, the beliefs are bad. So understand that. I'm not picking on anyone, but corporations aren't real anyways. They don't have any blood, they don't have any feeling, they don't have a beating heart. So you know what they want? They want to tear you apart because you're their bottom line. So I'm going to say that out loud. The next thing is this, that people with type 1 diabetes are very hard to work with because they've been allowed to eat anything they want and then inject themselves, mm-hmm. okay, with insulin to override their bad habits. That's why there's so many people losing their eyesight, getting neuropathy, and losing their legs, okay? And that's because of this, because the medical system does not support love, self-love, self-care, self-nourishment, okay? They do not support that. So this is here. So it's like this. I'm going to get my gallbladder out so I can eat anything fatty. Yeah, and then you're going to get bowel cancer. Isn't that just great? And then you're going to have arteriosclerosis. Isn't that just great? And you're also going to get Alzheimer's. Isn't that just great? Oh, wow. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I can eat anything and then just shoot myself up. And that's what you're doing. So understand that is the worst problem. And I've been at this now in this game for 40 years. 40 years.
Just imagine what your health would be if you were following the Perfect Day from the moment you found out you had type 1 diabetes.
Well, I will tell you that they can usually drop their insulin by 50%. And I've seen it so many times, I can say it. Okay? Mm-hmm. So take the load off. Okay? So the more self-love you have, the more insulin you don't need, right? Because guess what? Most people that are diabetes 1, and please do not take it personal if you're one of them. Okay? You may not be. They only have 4-inch consciousness. Will it fit? And am I addicted to it? Dum.
The Divine Vine has been really effective for helping with diabetes type 1
Yeah.
and type 2.
A super cinnamon in your drinking water.
Yeah.
I mean, essential oil. It's amazing. And also, what about your bowels? And type 1 diabetes, they usually have total constipation or they've got diarrhea all the bloody time. So, like, there's nothing going on.
And you can get like worms and parasites in the pancreas, which can really affect, obviously, the function of your pancreas.
Well, the organ that's most messed up is the lower vibrational organ. And worms, fungus, bad bacteria, and viruses are low vibrational frequency, and like attracts like.
Yeah. So give us a call for a protocol to follow to help with eliminating any of those invaders.
And if
We have
you're
some
you're
really
type 1
amazing things.
diabetes and you've got your Wi-Fi on 24/7, and if you're doing blue light all the time, it all adds up. That's all. And then the other thing is type 1 diabetes. There's an emotional roller coaster going on all the time. All the time. So
you're not with your blood sugar levels
yeah.
going
So I mean, your
crazy.
family must be just having a ball.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah.
Next one is from John Hennessy. Doc, when using the Bioptron, should water intake be increased?
Absolutely. And it's not about that the Bioptron dehydrates you, John. It's that that water is the facilitator for delivering the
Light.
information, and that water better be structured. And you know what? I don't care what water you get. Like if you want distilled, which is dead man's water, osmosis, dead man's water, you're only going to age, and it's the worst water in the world. You still need to structure. And then, if you buy Fiji water, which I think is a hoax, you still need to structure it. Yeah, everything that you need to structure that, what you're drinking. And it's not just the water, it's everything you put in your mouth that's a liquid. You should be structuring it, and you should be spraying all your foods and everything with structured water. And if you have, even in your eyes, if you put structured water in your eyes, you'll see that they're not going to burn. So there's lots to the structuring, and this is what our creator created with structured water. That's what rainwater is. It's structured. That's why a little bit of rain will fall and everything in life jumps up. Or you can be out there with your hose all day watering and it hardly even turns green. So that's the difference between structure and not structure.
What you could do as well is put your glass of structured water underneath the light for 2 minutes and then drink it and then go under the light. So that way the water was even infused with the light even more. So that light frequency gets into your cells.
Yeah, my brother,
Double whammy.
He puts the Bioptron light on all the food he eats and everything he drinks, right? Okay.
All right. Thank you, John Hennessy. Next one is from Honey Rosie on Facebook. Got you on both places. How do you really heal your gut? How did you learn all of these things?
You know what was one of the main things that made me learn these things? First of all, when I was 17, my grandfather got colon cancer. And when you're 17 years old and your grandfather hasn't pooped for 21 days, and you have to put a finger cot on and you're picking the poop out of his bum and then send him to the hospital because he's got bowel cancer, and he doesn't poop for 5 days at the hospital and they don't do a damn thing, you kind of learn some stuff. So I learned from that, and then I learned from my father getting cancer, my mother getting cancer, and most of my aunt and uncles getting cancer. And I realized something that it's I think that of all the games to play in the universe, I think that this is one of probably planet Earth is the most challenging because there's so much BS out there. And this time I don't mean dysfunctional belief systems. So there's so much of that out there. And I realized that I need to learn how to trust Darrell, and I don't trust anyone else. And when I say I don't trust anyone else, I'm saying that I love everyone, but I don't trust them because there's a small minority of people, and they control and have 98% of the wealth in the world. And I think it's something like, who knows really, something like 62 families or something like that. But take the Rothschilds. In one bank account, there's $58 trillion reported. So you have to understand, they've got us down, they've monitored us, they've studied us, And they can get us to kill ourselves and to kill our families if they want. And I realized that a long time ago. I actually realized that when I was in my early 20s. But then you have to understand something. When I was little, I was called the wild one because, I don't know, I had a real antenna for BS. My father would say one thing and then he'd deliver another thing to me. People kept on doing that. And you know what? You're down here to win this game. So unless you become the master of your emotions and you understand that everyone in your family and your friends have dysfunctional beliefs, all right, then you're not going to win at this. And there's your answer. So you did say, how did I learn about the gut? Well, that's how I learned about it.
How do you really heal it?
How do you really heal it?
Yep.
Well, I just told you, you got to wake up. And until you know that you're asleep and you've got to wake up to what the rules of the game are, you're never going to heal your gut. So what I'm supposed to do is, well, tummy love on a
if we want to talk like physical
daily
things to
cleansing
do.
tea, and making sure that you're eating a whole plant-based diet, structured
Ultimate
water,
coffee enema,
and make sure you don't choke down any more emotions, because that's what every tumor is. And depending on where the tumor is, it's the emotion you just choked down. Thank you very much. And I'm writing I've been writing this for how long?
Oh, well,
Year and a half,
yeah.
eh? About a year and a
I
half.
was gonna say 2 years, but yeah.
And I'll have it out by Christmas. And I'm gonna prove to everybody that every tumor, it started off as a rumor of unlove for part of you, all of you. Okay.
Thank you. Next question is from Doreen, and she asks, will you have anyone at Anaheim to do the Wolfe Deep Tissue?
I'll say yes. And we'll see how many people actually call about that. And but I'll say yes for now. It's still a little ways away.
So that's in October. It's the Truth About Cancer.
Well, it's not that far, is it?
Yeah, October 6th.
Well, I speak on October the 12th.
12th, okay.
And I'm speaking on the perfect day, but understand, I'm not going to be just doing perfect day, take this supplement, that supplement. That's not what I'm going to be talking about. Okay? I'm going to bring the house down on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the Truth About Cancer live symposium from
Yeah.
Anaheim, California.
You can still get tickets. And if you can't do that, then you'll want to log in and watch it. And
you can watch it live online.
yeah, I don't think my show is. I don't
think.
think my show may not be. I'm not in the big room this year. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anybody is interested in getting treatments in California in that area or consultations, give us a call at the clinic, and then that way we can have our list together and see.
Yeah, we'll do that.
What we need to do.
Yeah, we'll do it. We love to go places and help people. That's what we like.
Yes.
Yeah. And understand something. When I said I don't trust people, you know what? How can I trust you when you don't even trust yourself yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big one.
All right.
Next question from Michelle. Want to start coffee enemas. We'll order the coffee through you, but don't see the kit that's needed. Do you sell the kits?
Yeah, we
Thank
do.
You.
Can you call in for it? And I think they just put the kit back up. The people that actually try to help me and tell me what to do, because I'm good at what I do and I'm not good at other things, they didn't want me to put the kit up because the pictures weren't great. So, they say you need to come off on a more professional light. And then I told them to put the kit back up. Yeah.
Yeah. So it might be up on the website.
So take a look.
If you search just like coffee enema or even stainless steel, even stainless steel, it'll pop up because it's a stainless steel bucket. And then you would just want the S.A. Wilson coffee, the tummy love, and the black golds, and you'll have your set that you need.
And if you look in the Perfect Day guide, you'll see how to do it. And if you're still questioning that, don't hesitate to call, please. Okay.
Yeah,
all right?
we can guide you through it. And we are going to be doing a video on the Ultimate Coffee Enema soon, so we will
2
have
weeks. 2 weeks. We're doing that in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so you guys will have the not full demonstration, but you'll understand exactly how you need to do it from that video. Next question.
No. You know the new guy, Nat, we hired, right?
Oh, right. He's going to do it.
Yeah, he's gonna drop his drawers, and that's that. Right, Nat?
In your dreams.
Oh, no, not in my dreams. Okay, all right.
All right. Next question from Sherry.
Okay.
Oh, don't forget to talk about BV. we got you. We got that one. All right. Next one from Nikita. We met Dr. Lee at the conference in India, and he told my husband to go on Megagen for 3 months and asked me to take Megagen as I borderline hypothyroid. Some questions I have are, Can a common person with no major ailment go on Megagen for optimal health, and for how long should they take it?
Well, okay, only because of the type of person I am. I do Megagen twice a day. I would do Megagen forever. I mean, how would you like to have the bone structure of a 35-year-old woman forever?
Well,
Okay.
I know every autoimmune
And remember,
disease
if you've got
is because
a thyroid problem, you better be covering your thyroid when you're on the computer and watching TV.
in front of your phone.
In front of your phone.
Just get a little scarf.
Yeah, a little
Something
scarf
to cover.
around the neck, something that's silky so it feels really nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be thick. It's just got to block that blue light. Okay.
Yeah. And you could do the Megagen for optimal health. If you're over the age of like 40, I would say go for something stronger if you can afford it.
If you can afford it,
Megagen.
I would do Megagen
Yeah.
for 3 months, and I'd go for a bone density check if I was, because that's something that's not going to hurt you. It's not going to cause a problem. Go for a bone density check, and then in 3 months you'll be surprised. Usually we see about a 30% difference in 3 months. I'm not making this up, okay? So just know that that's a 30% difference in your bones, right? And that's why we say that if you do the protocol that we ask you to do, once we find out where you're at, within a year you'll have perfect bones. And I said perfect bones. Okay.
I'm 30 and I do the Megagen, and I did the Dentagen for a 3-month period as well. So
Yeah.
just for different ages, you can do different things.
And I'm 31.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. She had another one. What are the do's and don'ts while on SAC ionic calcium?
Well,
Don't eat 30 minutes before or after taking it, or wait 30 minutes before.
15 ounces of water. And I will tell you, if you made it structured water, no surface tension, the delivery system is going to be much better. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So if you're dedicated to doing that, take a look at our acrylic structure unit. It lasts forever. It really does. And if you really want to go all the way, look at our stainless steel structure
portable.
unit, portable. And it's got, it's lined with gold.
Yeah, gold plated.
And it's 1,200 pounds per square inch of crystals that are actually in it. So, but the structured water, the acrylic, works in structuring. It just has not as high a frequency put into it.
The acrylic one, way better for traveling. If you travel a lot, it's so light. The other one's heavy, and it might get stopped at customs.
It will get stopped at customs unless it's in your big suitcase, because I can tell you that. Okay, all right.
Yeah. And following the perfect day, you're going to get better results from your SAC ionic calcium when you're following the right diet as well.
Oh, and the other thing I wanted to tell everybody, just so you know, that all our essential oils, we're just coming out with them. They'll be out in about 3 weeks. And all our humic fulvic is being changed over. All our bottling is being changed over into an Egyptian glass that radiation can't penetrate. Gotta love that one. And all our products will last 3 times longer in the bottle, because it stops radiation. It stops any deterioration from even sunlight. And it's a beautiful dark purple, thick, and
the new labels are so beautiful.
Yeah.
You guys are going to love the new packaging. And then her next question, what symptoms should you expect when you start off on it? And for how long will the symptoms persist? I started on Megagen yesterday and felt quite sluggish and tired and heavy-headed. Second day was better. Anything else we need to know about it?
When you get those kind of symptoms, we know that you are really pulling calcium from your bones. Okay, all right, and we know that you do have a thyroid problem. So I would just suggest you keep taking it, and only take it once a day, and take it before bed. And while you're sleeping, allow it to do what it needs to do. And do that for about 10 days, and it'll be gone. And understand something. It's just going in, and actually what it's doing, it's trying to balance your hormones. And that every time somebody feels that sluggishness and that kind of woozy feeling, it's because your hormones are terribly out of balance. And remember something, this type of calcium will actually do over 100,000 different chemical and hormonal processes per second in the human body. So it goes to work right away. And remember something, what really makes your body work is a frequency. It's not physical. Remember something, that everything you eat and drink leaves the body. The only thing that stays behind is the frequency. I need you to get this. So that's why when you enter in a room and you get a really bad feeling, well, that would be telling you to leave, okay? Okay, because we are mainly frequency. All right.
And you might notice when taking the calcium the first little while that a joint might get sore and stiff, and maybe you'll feel it like just irritated, and it's because that area is the calcium is getting pulled back into your bones from that area. So.
Or what happened too is that joint has been building up too much calcium in it because of the inflammation that wasn't dealt with properly by the practitioner, and then the calcium's being, as you said,
I'll grab that. Just
the
have to
calcium,
start Instagram again here.
the calcium is being pulled off, okay? So the calcium is being pulled away from the joint, all right? Here we go. So the calcium is being pulled away from the joint, all right, and put back into where the bone is porous, all right? The intelligence of your body is beyond amazing, and that would be you.
Next question from Steph. Hey there, loved your talk today. What are your thoughts on lentils and beans? They require long cooking.
Well, they require long cooking, so they also take a lot of energy for digesting. Mm-hmm. So you can eat more lentils than beans, but you never want to overdo it. If you feel bloated, if you feel heavy, you feel that sluggishness in your head, it means you've just eaten too much of it. And also never mix it with starches. You know, lentils and rice and beans. How does that make you feel? Okay.
With beans, you can do them in a pressure cooker, and they're better quality beans at that point. And lentils, they don't require as much cooking as beans. And when you're weighing, it's better if you go by weight when you're making your meals. So your salad should be 80% of the weight, and then 20% should be the lentils or the beans.
And it's actually the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And it's also the exact opposite. Did you know this? It's the exact opposite for 95% of the population, that you're supposed to have 15% bad bacteria, 85% good, and it's exactly the opposite.
Maybe there's a clue there.
Yeah, well, 80, yeah.
And most people put rice and beans, or they're having cheese with their proteins and different things like that. So we really need to combine our foods properly. Look at the proper food combining in the perfect day in the library, and it'll give you a good guide to follow. Next question from Adrian. There I have a friend who suffers from hypothyroidism and also has Graves' disease. She is trying to get pregnant and is finding it difficult as she has autoimmune disease. What would you recommend for her overall health and help her to get pregnant?
Okay, first of all, she doesn't have autoimmune disease. She's terrorizing herself all the time. If you know this beautiful girl, then you know that she worries about everything, and she worries about things that are none of her business. And soon as a worry is out of the way, she goes next, and then she worries on that. Okay? So what we need to do, and this is the truth. I mean, if you want to do something different or go take her to another doctor, go ahead. But you need to break the cycle, okay, of anxiety that basically something's going to go wrong and I'm not enough to handle anything because I'm so dysfunctional, right? And so we do know there's a thyroid problem, and Graves' disease is actually just interterism. Mm-hmm. And it always will be, there'll be nutritional deficiencies, and there'll be nutritional toxicity, and there'll be symptoms that come along with it. And yes, we will work with those symptoms. We need to buffer it down. Divine Vine, you want to tell the things?
Yeah, Divine Vine's one of the best things
Magnesium.
For the thyroid, because it's going to work on the pineal and the thyroid, and the pineal is going to work with the parathyroid. So it's going to decalcify and defluorinate, and then it's going to infuse them with the nutrients that they need so that they're functioning properly.
What about the acidity?
The acidity, yes.
Fulvic acid in your drinking water.
Yeah, fulvic acid, baking soda water will be big, 3 times a day after, 30 minutes after you eat will be really beneficial to buffer down the acidity. You said magnesium, structured water, really get on the
take a look at her
water.
bowels. They're all over the place like her personality.
Yeah. The perfect day, you need to be eating the right foods.
If I were to talk to her boyfriend and talk to him, he'd go, oh, I love her so much, but you know what? She's just a lot of work. Mm-hmm. Right? And that, well, just think how she's feeling, right? So the thing is, if you're not equipped and you don't understand what's going on, you will be shackled forever with that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Anything else? Well, you know what? We don't bring
Braveheart.
We don't.
Braveheart.
Yeah, the
There we
Braveheart
go.
definitely. The 12 loving steps, and we don't bring this up a lot. But if I had the money, I would get her a Bioptron, and I would get her an Avicin. Avicin will increase her microcirculation by 66%, which is 100% more than anything else on this planet that we know of. But it puts you into a parasympathetic state right away.
Yeah.
So that would actually, if we got her doing that 4 times a day, it would actually program her to get into a parasympathetic state, because I guarantee that her vagus nerve is in lockdown sympathetic state, which means she's always, okay, what's going to go wrong now?
Yeah.
You know what?
Belly button therapy.
Belly button
would be
therapy.
Great, because that's going to help
inexpensive.
it's going to help dump your serotonin and dopamine. Is it 50% serotonin and 70% dopamine?
Oh, yeah. No, it's
backwards.
Backwards.
Yeah. Other way. So 70% of your serotonin and 50% of your dopamine levels will get released from doing belly button therapy for 5 minutes twice a day. It's going to help balance your hormones. It's going to help with any abdominal discomfort, any digestive problems. It's going to help relieve inflammation, pain, stiffness. It is incredible. And you just feel so good after you do it, because it puts you in a parasympathetic state.
I want you to do this all day long, okay? This is called a love band. It's as snug as a hug, because I love myself. I'm always going to hug myself. This is called a kiss. And I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, I got this. But what I'm going to do every time I do this, 3, 2, 1, I'm also going to think that when I do this, I'm going to give myself a dose. I'm going to give myself a dose of what? The D stands for what? Dopamine. The O stands for what? Oxytocin. The S stands for serotonin. The E stands for endorphins.
There we go.
So every time I do this, I'm going to be thinking about that. So what do I have to do? All I got to do is put a slight smile on. And why do I want to do that? So that you will leave smiles wherever you go in case we want to find you. And if you are smiling and having a slight smile on all the time, you won't need a reason to smile. How about this? Do you ever know somebody who said, why should I smile? I don't have a reason to smile. Wow. Run. Okay.
Yeah. I like that acronym. That's my new favorite acronym.
Okay. Get your dose.
All right. So we are all done with the Facebook questions from the last round that we didn't get to last time. So we now have the rest of our spoiled rotten questions to answer from yesterday's. I believe we have 14.
Oh, we can't do that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
No.
So we are going to record this.
No, we'll put it up. It'll be up for Saturday. At 11 a.m.
So you guys have a really amazing rest of your Friday. Have a beautiful long weekend, and we will see you tomorrow for the rest of the Spoiled Rotten questions.
So for you Spoiled Rotten crew, be there by 11 tomorrow, or just make sure you come on and watch. And guess what, everybody? Just write your questions down, and we'll do it on Tuesday. And actually, we're trying to get a routine here, but you got to give us time. We're going to start actually when we go in on when we go and we take Instagram, or we go to Facebook. I think Facebook we can do it. We want to start putting numbers there. So your number would be number 19, or your number would be 7. We're going to try to make it easier. We're going to try to figure this out. We didn't really think it was going to be this popular.
Yeah. We're really happy that you guys love it so much, though, because it's fun for
us
too.
I've always wanted to be popular. Okay. All right.
Finally, our dreams came true.
There it is. Okay. All right. So just know that we love you. We want you to love you. This is a long weekend, okay? Stay connected to your breath. Slight smile on your face, okay? And remember something. Don't say anything unless you have something good to say. And if you're going to walk by your dog, your cat, or anyone you love, make sure that you just at least touch them and tell them that you love them. Take care.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.